Good afternoon and welcome back to the one that Celtic fans view this afternoon as game day. It is Celtic versus Hearts and there's fireworks going off all around me. What is it with the Spanish letting fire off at this time of day? It's broad daylight and it's, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. Welcome back to the channel. Let's jump on to the comment section and see who's in the comments. Before Celtic release the Hounds, release the data. Just check everything's okay with this once the adverts are finished. Yeah. Sound is fine, just checking that, and let's just jump back onto Twitter. Celtic haven't updated their Twitter timeline as yet. It's a big day. The sun isn't out in Glasgow. It's a bit cloudy this afternoon, which is unfortunate. You want to get to this time of the season, and you want the sun to be shining, don't you? We've had horrible winter, and going to the games with your big coats on at this time of the season, all you want is just to be rocking up to Celtic Park with your shorts and t-shirt on and having an exciting end to the season. But it's not that. Let's jump onto the comments and see who is on. Richard Scott was first up. Important game to Baz. Hope we play well. I just hope we win at any cost today. Paul Baird was in the house. William Martin was in the house saying he's seen Scott Brown played a friendly for Ayr and he's still got it. Of course Brownie's still got it. Brownie's a player that I think probably retired about 2 years too early. But some people will say Brownie's time was up. W and E forever. Hail from the Highlands. And just watched last week's game. We played well, but should have had more goals. Yeah, we should have. We all love Scott Brown. Big Dom is in the house. The Spanish celebrating Celtic winning the league already. More than likely. It's probably some religious fiesta. The fireworks were going off until about 1 o'clock in the morning last night, and they've been going off all weekend, so it'll be some religious fiesta in one of the little villages round about us. Kaiser is in the house. Kaiser, I need to catch up with you in the next week or so. Stephen Kennedy is in the house. Afternoon, Baz. Hail. Paul Baird says, he reiterates what I said, a win today by any means. And it's true. We need to win today by any means whatsoever. So come on, Celtic, get that team out. Last thing Celtic put up on the social media was checking into paradise. The one and only Brendan Rodgers, where he's waving to the fans with his thumb up. And that is it. Other Celtic news, obviously, you see the videos that I put out this morning. The referee's not happy. If you haven't seen that one, the Green Brigade, I posted that about an hour or so ago. The Green Brigade are doing a walk to Hampden. Make sure you check out that video and watch that video, because the Scottish referees have spat the dummy out. The Scottish referees have spat the dummy out with the SFA. They're at war with the SFA. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. It's hilarious. All around tickets for Hampden. Brian says, big one today, Baz. We owe the many Huns a thumping. He'll from Brisbane. Down under. Get in there, Brian. How is the weather down there with you? It's just coming into your winter time, isn't it, I believe? Desmond Donnelly says, about to go to Castle Milk, boys. 3 points today, 3-0 us, he thinks. Stephen Kennedy said, I can't see Myra starting this one, Baz. Well, we're going to find out in just a minute or so. Hail, my dad watches, listen to you every day. Say hi to Big Jerry. Big Jerry, hi. Big Jerry, get in there. Make sure that you treat your son well and buy him something today. Just buy him something just because he's your son. And just treat him to something. Dads always need to treat their kids to something. Do you know what I mean? Just do it, Jerry. Anyway, hail to you, Big Jerry. Any team news, Baz? We are waiting for the team news and it is not out as yet. It shall be out in about a minute, I reckon. It should be out in just about a minute's time. Usually, as soon as we get it, we'll get it up onto the screen. So just bear with me until Celtic do release the news. That video was hilarious. Baz says, Paul Baird, yeah, I enjoyed making that video. It was brilliant. They were you could just imagine them. You can actually just imagine them. We need to press Hearts into errors. I would start Kyogo and Maida and Forrest up front today, says Slaven. That is the team out now. Is it? The team is out. Hart Alistair Johnson, Carter Vickers, Scales, Taylor, McGregor, O'Reilly, Hatate, Kuhn, Forrest and Kyogo. On the bench is Bain, Palmer, Ida, Yang, Noroki, Tomoki Awata, Paolo Bernardo, Maida and Ralston. So Dyson Maida starts from the bench as I thought he would. Now just give me 2 seconds. And just to do this, it does have a picture of Liam Scales in it. And then I'll just go into here. See, I don't have an editor, so I've got to do this all by myself. Upload files. Let me just get this team up. Download screenshot, and it'll be up on your screen in around about 30 seconds or so. I'll just take a little bit off of there. Download this and then upload it to the screen. That's all in a day's work, as they say. And download this. And as this is downloaded, I'll get it uploaded. Click. Save onto here, image, and just by magic, we should have the team on the screen now. There we go. There it is. The team is on the screen. Hart, Johnson, Carter, Vickers, Scales, Taylor, McGregor, O'Reilly, Hatate, Kuhn, Forrest, and Kyogo. That is a starting lineup to beat them today. The manager did say that this would be the strongest team that he's been able to play. It is the strongest team that he's been able to play this season. And I've got to say, it's the same team as last week. Yep, it is the same team as last week. It's the strongest team that we have. Kyogo needs to be on form today. Gluten-free Stella bottles for the game. Clean into the jambos. There you go. Forrest, another double today, says Paul Baird. I'm going to take Forrest for... I don't know. I'm not too sure about Forrest for first goal. But that team is one of the strongest teams that Brendan Rodgers said he has had all season, which is fantastic for the manager, because then when you look at the bench, we do have Bain, Palma, Ida, Yang, Noroki, Tomoki Awata, Paolo Bernardo, Dyson Maida, and Ralston. But the big news is, he's been dropped. Daniel Kelly's been dropped from the team. Now, you can understand why Brendan Rodgers has dropped Daniel Kelly from the team, because you want to make sure that you have your best players on the pitch. And is it a time to bleed in youngsters? It's such a important game. I mean, who would you leave out that team to leave Daniel Kelly in? Because let's face it, you've got Palma and Yang. The two wingers are probably going to come on at some point. Is Yang going to come on? I would, to be fair, I'd have left Yang off the pitch. And we've got Adam Ida that will come on for the one and only little Kyogo at some point. Paolo Bernardo, do you leave him on the bench? Yes. Because he's a lone player and he's got a bit more experience than Daniel Kelly. Dyson Maida. If Maida wasn't fit and on the bench, you would say that Daniel Kelly would be there. But why has he got so many wingers? I'd like to see Daniel Kelly getting a run towards the end of the season. He needs to show what he can do. And be ready. And be ready for next season. And then the ever consistent Tony Ralston, who is on the bench also. So let's get back to some of the comments. There have been 149 people watching, 120 current viewers. Forrest, another double. Slaven says we need to score early and give them no rest. Yes, we do that. I don't agree with McGregor starting. Better option would have been Awata in midfield, says Stephen Kennedy. I don't think Awata is anywhere near the level that we need for games like this. I think that he really goes missing in midfield, and I've said it many a time. He doesn't hold that midfield defensive role as good as what Callum McGregor does. I think he wanders up the park too much, and he doesn't give us that. I don't know. It's maybe just me. But anyway, it is on the bench. Tomoki Iwata. He will come on at some point for McGregor because Celtic will want to make sure that McGregor is 100% fit for next week. When it comes to the wingers, who do you think will first of the week to come off today? It'll probably be Forrest on the 60-minute mark. And once Forrest has got 2 goals up to the good, as Paul Baird says, Forrest will probably come off to let Dyson come onto the team. But that is the team. Blessed weekend, comrade, says old Stagger McDreed. Stephen Kenneth says, just you, Baz. Yeah, it's just me then. I love Iwata. He's a machine, says DG56. Our wingers need to deliver service into Kyogo today. Yes, they will. And I think the good thing about James Forrest knows how to get a ball in. James Forrest does know how to get a ball in. He needs to get good. He's one that will get good delivery. The only question mark is Kuhn. Kuhn tends to hold on to the ball too long. He doesn't release the ball quick enough. Tries to get past players, but he needs to really up his game today. He is coming on to a bit of a game, but it's going to be important that we get crosses in to the one of only little Kyogo. He needs to score today because let's face it, he's not scored as many goals as he might have in previous seasons. Big Dom says our wingers need to. Yes, read that one. Make sure you comment. There's 144 watching. Make sure that you also give the video a thumbs up. And we're probably not going to get a lot in because the majority of fans will be at Celtic Park. There's 24 thumbs up and there's 147 watching. So make sure that you do give the video a thumbs up. Big Dom says, why isn't Kuhn learning and improving his delivery? I have no idea. Carolyn says, hello, Baz. We need to stop that same goal at the back post being scored. Yes. I don't even get me going on about that. Taylor sales. Oh, jeez. Every time the ball comes in, yep. Johnny Franco says we just need to win, and a win. That team is good enough. If Myra gets 30 minutes in him today, that will start him ahead of Forrest next week. No, Stephen, it won't. I think Forrest will start the game next week because Forrest knows how to beat them also. I mean, I know Dyson scored against them the last game, but Forrest knows how to win against them and he knows how important it is at this end of the season. We got off to a good start. Let's talk about next week on Monday. Let's get this game done first. Baz here's hoping for a good result and performance, says Tam Tierney. Yeah, you're not Kieran's dad, are you? Said we do, Baz. Said we do, Baz. San Fran Celtic, early goal, and we'll cruise to a 4. It's not going to be 4-1. Not a chance, San Fran Celtic. I can't see. I hope I'm eating my words at the end of the day, but I can't see it being a big scoring game today. I just can't see it being a big scoring game at all. Richard says he'd rather have Tomoki than Callum. I'm not sure if he's recovered yet. Look at it this way. You have to have Callum playing at least 60 minutes today. You have to have Callum playing at least 60 minutes so that he gets his game time and his minutes up so that he's fresh for next week. Because Callum's going to go into that game next week and he's going to boss the midfield for the first 60 minutes of the game. He's going to boss the midfield. James Forrest is going to go up and down the wing like he has done for many a year. So Kuhn's 21% delivery, Myra's 18% delivery. There is the problem, says Big Dom. Yeah, we all know what the problem is for Kyogo. He's not had the delivery all season. May the 4th be with you, Baz. And also with you. There you go, Kaiser. And also with you. And may the 4th be with you all. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. May the 4th be with you. Not only the 4th, may the Clyde be with us. May the Clyde open up your heart and we'll sing to you the song. Anyway, let me see what Celtic news is kicking about. McGregor starts. The team's been confirmed against Hearts. Starting 11 to face Hearts, the Celtic official site. Shankland is hoping to gun down the hoops today. He is hoping to gun down the hoops today. Well, with that team, I don't think he will. You've got a good game. Let's jump over to... Some people are not over enamoured the fact that Scales is starting. Come on, boys. Good deal. Scales, shut the Muppets up. Good one. What do no Rocky and Lager-Belke have to do to get into this team? Says Kenny. Maida on the bench is good news. We need McGregor back to be his rapid best. 3 points today and get the kettle on the boil to win to the title. I'm on the hoops. And then says Rogers out is one of it's obviously is Lager-Belke dead? Says one. Rocky. I've got no Rocky, no chance. So drop McGregor. Scales again, man. I give up. The guy's too slow and every attack. Scales seems to be the man that's getting the dog's abuse just now. Turnbull not even on the bench. Yeah, even using Scales as a graphic. Taking the piss out of us now. So a lot of the fans that are on Twitter that do not go to the games are upset the fact that the one and only Liam Scales has made the team. What do you expect? Of course Scales was going to make the team today. There's no one better in the team and there's no one been more consistent over the season. And that's what Brendan Rodgers looks at. He looks at the stats for the whole season. Liam Scales has played about the same amount of games, or just one less, I think, than it is Matt O'Reilly. Anyway, Paul Baird says, just get the 3 points today, that's all that matters. Jay Lynn says, Maida is the hardest working Celtic player in recent memory, maybe ever. Jay Lynn, I would throw in the name of Jamesy Forrest. Jamesy Forrest has been there and he's done it for Celtic, down the wing, and he's cut in and scored a hell of a lot of goals. So Dyson, I would say, has got a lot to catch up yet. He's got a lot to catch up yet. The big fat shirt. Hit the big fat shirt, says YouTube COD. Scales to score today. I think Scales will score today and it'll be a header. Scales will score from a header and that will shut a lot of people up. There will be a lot of people sitting going, shouldn't have said that before the game. But I think Scales could score today. I think if Celtic are going to score 3, I think they'll score 2 for James Forrest coming off the wing, cutting in. No, I think he'll score 1. I think Jamesy Forrest will score 1. He'll then come in for the wing. He'll put a through ball through to Kyogo to score the second. And then the third, late on in the game, will be a header from Liam Scales. So I'm going to go 3-1 Celtic. I better write this down. 3-1 Celtic. Celtic 3, wee Huns 1. So I think it will be 3-1. They will score, but get off Scales' back and let's get behind them. This is our part to play, says James Gunn. Yes, it is. It is. I mean, there's a lot of people online, and I always listen to people who go to games, and because they see what goes on at games, they see the bigger picture, they see what's happening off the ball, and that's the type of people that will listen to, not people that are sitting on YouTube and sitting on Twitter going, Scales, man, no, he's just pish, he's just wash. Anyway, if you haven't checked out the video from earlier today, check it out either after this video or after the game today, where the Green Brigade are walking to Hampden. Yes, the Green Brigade are doing a nice little march to Hampden from Glasgow Green. I did put that in the video, and then check it out because the referees in Scotland have fallen out with the SFA. Ex-referees have fallen out with the SFA, but I should really just get a link up to the video. It will be easier. If you haven't watched it, just go into the channel and watch it. Your channel videos, and I'm going to go there to share, I believe. There we go, share that, I'll put that in there, and then if you haven't watched it, go and watch this next, because I am leaving you early today. I'll pin the message, I've pinned that message. I am leaving you early today because I'm heading down to Paddy's Point. The bar that I've frequented for about 4 years now, 4 long years. 3 years ago today, on the Saturday, there was around about 5 of us in the pub watching the football, and it was an interesting memory. There's only about 5 of us in the pub watching football because a lot of people were scared to come out to the pub because of COVID. But there was about 5 or 6 of us in the pub watching it. So yes, I'm going back down to Paddy's Point today, and I'll probably be there next week because there's a few guys be over that want to see. Anyway, the team news is Hart, Johnson, Carter, Vickers, Scales, Taylor, McGregor is your captain, Matt O'Reilly, Rio Hatate, Kuhn, Forrest, and Kyogo. That is a fantastically good team. That's a team that is, wow, wait a minute. Vietnam is in the house. Ray is coming in from Vietnam. Good evening from Vietnam. Well, there you go. 19. Who can remember that song by Paul Hardcastle? Don't know where that came from, just when you said Vietnam. Anyway, and One of the Hoops says Ray, so give Ray some love. Just give him some love hearts and that. And Scales gives 100% every week. He's not just a ball playing centre half. I think Scales will score today from the corner. Header from the corner. Anyway, it's 2 o'clock Celtic part time. It's 3 o'clock Spain time. It's time for me to love yous and leave yous and head down to the pub because it's around about a 25-minute drive down the road to the Boozer. Let me just check if there's any more Celtic headlines. Celtic confirmed Dyson Myra. Instant reaction. Well, the team is up. If you check, I'll just do that. And then we'll click on here. The team is, you see the team there. It is Hart, Johnson, Carter, Vickers, Scales. It's a team that you would expect to play at the back, let's be fair. And in the midfield, McGregor. Will McGregor play more than 60 minutes today? Will Callum McGregor, the one and only captain, play more than 60 minutes? 60 seconds, did I say? 60 minutes. 60 minutes. Matt O'Reilly, Hatate, Kuhn, and Forrest. You expect that those two will come off at some point. Forrest will come off and then they'll let on the other ones. They'll let on Palmer. Palmer needs to up his game. But I think they should only make the changes once we are winning comfortably. On the bench, I'll just go over the bench once more before we quit. On the bench is the one and only Bain, Palmer, Ida, Yang, Noroki, Tamaka Awata, Paulo Bernardo, Maida, and Ralston in defence. When you look at that bench, that's a bench that can come on and do damage. Do you know, there's nobody. This is the first time this season the manager says that he's had the best squad that we could possibly have. And like it or not, this is the best squad that we could possibly have. Scales is in there on merit. Because, let's face it, he's been the one that's done it all season in defence. He's been Mr. Reliable. Now, you might say he's cost us a few goals, but what defender hasn't at his time at Celtic, really? But he has played the most games after Matt O'Reilly. Let's jump quickly back onto the comments. Enjoy Baz. Big Rab says, hi Baz, we need to get a defence midfield in the summer. Yes, we do. We could talk about that in the next couple of weeks because, let's face it, Big Rab, the transfer speculation will ramp up, and once the season's done and dusted, we'll have plenty of time to talk about the type of player that Celtic need to get in before the transfer window closes, and, well, more importantly, before the guys back in training. I'm wanting us to get some players in before we get. It's going to be difficult because of the Euros, and I think that's where we'll struggle this summer, getting players in on deals because they are at the Euros and getting them away to tie up deals. Anyway, James Gunn is going to the pub now in Tunisia. Enjoy the game, everyone. Sean McGarry says, afternoon, Baz and troops. Just finished the housework to keep the wives and keeping the wives good booked. Now it's time for the laughs. For the next 10 hours, celebrate revenge win, lol. And hail from Corby. Corby is a fantastic little town in England. It's little Scotland. Anyway, 3-1 I'm going for. Put your comments in the video once it goes live. It's going live in just about a minute or so. This is the live. You'll be able to comment in the comments section. I'm heading down to the pub. That is the team of the day. We're at 16,139 subscribers. Come on, let's see if we can get to 16,500 before the end of the season. That'd be fantastic. On that note, have a fantastic